a late start with just a quick one-off match. It's the first match of the THL Season 1 Inception Finals, and it is the rank 5, or the 5th seed spot between Noob Central, I would say, most surprising team of the playoffs, especially to have gone this far, versus Team Rank 5. We've got Silverwave going up against Jesus, whatever.
Goes by Jesus.
All right, Jesus. And they are all completely ready to go, so we're actually just going to jump right in. With me tonight is Slimsh, the bearded beauty himself, and D Lineman, who will, I don't know, you're the trash man? Garbage man?
I'll call out misplaced. Don't worry, I'm there.
Oh, I believe it. I just am trying to come up with a zinger for you.
The trash man.
It's not my best. I'm not prepared.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to take it out. All right. Looks like they're in.
All right. Yeah. So we're going to hop into bands right now.
Yeah. So Silverwave bringing Priest is pretty interesting. And Jesus bans it, just like he did last week.
What are the classes?
Silverwave is banning Paladin, which I think it's known at this point that I'm all about that.
Yeah. Very, very popular. Can't go wrong with it, for sure. Yeah, we saw last week Jesus banned the Priest. It was against Xynergy's, I guess it was Diamond at the time. He banned Priest because we saw Jesus. He's a big fan of, he likes the Tempo Mage. He likes the Zoo for his Warlock of choice. So makes sense to take out Priest if you're so inclined for those archetypes.
And the Paladin gets banned out as well. So we're looking at a Druid, Mage, and Warlock.
Yeah, they both got Mage and Warlock in common. Where they differ is Silverwave still has Paladin, Jesus has Druid. So, yeah, it seems like Silverwave's lineup could potentially be very strong to corner that Druid, possibly. I mean,
as long as he's planning on, he's got his Zoo ready to go.
Yeah, I mean, Priest was definitely not the best asset.
And I like Jesus is coming out of the gate with the Druid to try to get it out of the way.
Yep.
Yeah. Makes sense. You identify your weak link. Silverwave's got Mech Mage here from the looks of it.
Oh, yeah. So this Druid's going to be in a really tough spot. It's really difficult for a Druid to win against a Mech Mage, mainly because the way that Druid wins is by sustaining pressure. And Druids have a very difficult time with removing threats at the same time as developing them. So as long as the Mech Mage can get on the board early with minions, it's going to be difficult for the Druid to be able to catch up, because as soon as the Druid tries to, say, play a Druid of the Claw, it gets fireballed, and then the Druid is behind for the rest of the game.
And I was about to say that, interesting. What do you guys think about passing on coining out the Mech Warper there?
I think it's fine, because if the Mech Warper gets hit down by a Wrath, you have no follow-up, whereas keeping the coin in this way...
That's true. I guess, yeah, given what we see, it would have been quite the curve.
Yeah. Yeah, Mech Warper's always going to find some use later, for sure.
I've already gotten glitched out, so I'm going to...
Good game, Blizzard. GG.
Right?
Oh, Aggro Druid didn't look to be it, unless I missed... No, I didn't miss any Fell Reavers in the Mulligan or anything. Yeah, but Juggler shows...
Those are hard to miss.
Yeah. They generally stick out pretty well. Yeah, so we kind of see this here. Jesus, he swipes down the Spider Tank, and that's great, but to develop another minion would have required the use of Innervate, which would have taken a lot of cards out there.
And you think the swipe over the Shredder is the right call?
I would say so, because again, this goes back to before with being able to develop threats. The Druid needs to keep stuff on the board. And just simply playing the Shredder.
Otherwise, you would. Then the Spider Tank gets the Aspirant for free.
Yeah.
Spider Tank gets the aspirin for free. The Tinkertown gets to pop something. Gets to pop up a spare part, and all of those things just spell disaster for Druid because even most of the spare parts are really difficult for Druids to deal with.
Yeah. Plus, if there's anything you want to really keep sticking to the board for Druid, it's the aspirant. If Silverwave were to just remove that aspirant, then that would be a bad turn for Silverwave. Basically, it would consist of a Frostbolt and maybe a 1-draw.
So Jesus is really trying to keep that board clear, which I think is much more aggressively than I would have, but I definitely understand why. I think it makes sense.
Yeah, so right here, this is a pretty difficult spot for Jesus because he needs to hit a juggle here because he really doesn't want to spend 2 mana hero powering, and missing the juggle could mean absolute disaster.
Yeah, this is a big juggle for sure. Because if Mech Warper didn't die, I mean, Jesus saw quite a few mechs already, but you know that Silverwave is running plenty of them. If that Mech Warper lived, I think the game was just going to snowball out of control from there.
Mm-hmm.
Very bad top deck for Jesus.
Terrible hand, yeah.
Oof.
Another night on the prowl.
I mean, at least the Noitron's easy to deal with here. Could
Yeah,
have
and
been much worse.
it's not turn 7 yet, so he doesn't have to worry about boom. But he's only got one more draw.
Yeah, Jesus really needs to pick up one of his higher impact cards like Fel Reaver, Druid of Claw, Dr. Boom.
Keeping that board clear, though, he's done a great job of denying the Tinkertown and the Gorilla Bot.
Yep.
But at what cost?
At what cost? Yeah, Silverwave does the ping. For all we know, he might not even want to play the Dr. Boom next turn. Maybe the Blast Mage option would be attractive. Probably not so much. Well, maybe.
Well, is he gonna... I would assume he's worked so hard to keep that board clear. I doubt he'd leave the Gorilla up now.
Yeah.
Oh! Never mind.
Well, I mean, right now we're reaching a critical point for Jesus where he needs to start pushing the issue here, right? Because if he continues to trade things into the board, he's looking at just an Innervate in his hand, right?
Yeah.
So what's he really going to draw into? He's not running Ancient of Lores in his deck at all.
Wow.
That was...
So he's in one of those situations where you just sort of hope for Silverwave to miss on an important turn. And right there, that Blast Mage did a whole
That
lot
is
of...
not happening, yeah.
Yeah, he doesn't even need the ping. He can play the Tinkertown. Yeah, and Jesus, he used one Savage Roar already, so I think pushing face with those minions was pretty important. Wow. Another underwhelming top deck for Jesus.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I don't want to call it too early, but what does he need?
Ugh.
What does Jesus need? Or
Yeah. So he
I
could...
think Jesus needs... I think Jesus needs...
Actually, if he just goes face here, he just needs a combo. Well, he can't get that. He doesn't have time.
I think he'll have some time. He's perfectly healthy. For sure.
Oh, he is perfectly healthy. Excuse me. I thought it was 22.
Yeah.
If he goes back-to-back Fall Reavers, he has a chance. The first one gets dealt with, but the second one not as easily.
To be honest, that's actually a pretty good trade that he made. Like, the Druid of the Claw, it's not dead to ping. He saw one Frostbolt. He saw Blast Mage, so... If he was going to trade, that one made the most sense.
Yeah, I agree. He's still out of hero power range.
Yeah. Looks like Silverwave, yeah, he's gonna make a quick prayer to
Those
RNG.
dice.
Oh my
Hey!
god. D-Lyman, you're gonna love this one.
Loving it.
Oh my god. You've
Oh.
gotta be freaking kidding me.
Varian Rin for Mech Mage, man.
This stupid game, man.
I'm so glad D-Lyman's casting this
Every
one.
time. Every time.
We got a good one. Oh, is he just going to fireball the face?
Well, you've got the variant, so...
Whoa, though. I mean, yeah, I was just about to say that's why you saved that fireball. But, I mean, Varian Rin, man. You gotta believe he's gonna do some work. Like, He's going to bring about a better entourage than Dr. Boom, and that's saying something.
We'll see though, because he doesn't have a way if he plays that Varian to actually take care of the Boom.
Yeah, it's very true.
So if he top decks a Savage Roar,
Yep.
uh-oh.
It's right here, but this was basically Jesus's ticket right back in, right? He needed he needed to get business on back-to-back turns. And this is his first bit of business right here.
Yeah, really, I was thinking that Jesus needed it so much earlier, but he's actually looking to claw it back. Here. Yeah, Silverwave's worried. Oh, he's gonna go for another Blast Mage.
No. I
think one of these heavy minions had to come out of the hand.
I feel like, oh wow, that was pretty fortunate.
That's
Boom
good.
cutting.
Sometimes rewarded for risky plays.
There you go.
He's still not out of the woods yet, though, because
no, definitely not.
Yeah, this Dr. Boom gets dealt with by the 5/4, and the 2/1 gets answered by a ping, and he's still looking at simply an Innervate in his hand. But he has a lot of outs to win, right? He has quite a bit of outs.
Nature.
You know, he's not close to dying yet.
The second swipe.
Yeah, so any minions that he plays has to get dealt with.
The second Druid of the Claw in charge. He's got a lot of options.
Yeah, he's got a couple of turns.
Interesting. He went for...
Yeah,
I feel like I would have just played the Varian.
Yeah, what could Varian have done? Varian, we saw Antonidas in his mulligan, could have pulled something like that. He could have gotten a second Annoytron, not that it would save him from Force of Nature. Huh.
So the Snow Chugger is really important because now Savage Roar is no longer an out for his.
True. Lothab.
That doesn't mean anything. It doesn't do anything.
What do you guys think of hitting the face there? I guess he's worried about his health.
Well,
with that hero power, because is there really any difference between 4 and 3 on the face?
Not when your face is going to be frozen. Not at all. No.
Right. So you could have taken out one bot, I guess.
Oh man.
Oh, he has to. This is a huge mistake.
He's dead to Keeper of the Grove now.
It does not change the clock to have run the 7/7 into the 1/4. The clock doesn't change. But what does change is that now you're dead to Keeper. You're dead to Living Roots.
Right. Yep. Silverwave takes it though. Really, really close.
Very close.
In what was a pretty favorite matchup, I've seen better Mech Mage openers for sure.
Unfortunately for Jesus, though, he's got that's definitely his least favored matchup, and against the Paladin and the Warlock, I think he's gonna have a lot of trouble with the Druid.
Yeah,
I think that was the most favored matchup for the Druid.
Yeah, that could be true. To get a win with the Druid feels so good, and now I think Jesus seeing the Mech Mage, he may have seen it coming, but this might confirm something in his mind about his Druid being a little bit troublesome, and at this point it might start to raise some doubt in Jesus' mind about queuing that Druid again. He might just try and get
for last and go for the 2/3 worst case. Yeah, I agree.
Just get the highest probability of getting points as possible. Worry about the series later. No, he's going to continue to queue up the Druid.
I will fight with honor. I must protect the wild.
Versus Secret Paladin. Oh man. This will probably not be too pleasant.
That's why you always ban Paladin.
Yeah. Well, Priest got it this time.
It's not like you ever find out what kind of Paladin it is and go, oh, okay. You know, it's always like, crap, that one.
Right. Though apparently Aggro Druid is supposed to be, so I hear, favored versus Aggro Paladin. I've heard that.
Versus Aggro Paladin. All right. Okay.
Or Secret Paladin. Paladin. Sorry.
All right. So Jesus has a very strong sequence of turns that Silverware is going to have a very difficult time dealing with, actually, because leading this up with Leper Gnome and Living Roots for a couple of 1/1s makes... well, obviously, his Secret Keeper becomes really bad. He can Secret Keeper, Coin, Noble Sacrifice.
Yep.
But you know, I mean, the hero power is there if he chooses to go for that.
Yeah, at the very least, you probably force the hero power, and there's something to be said for that.
I mean, he could
But
also
Jesus,
just
yeah.
and not hero power. He could just not attack.
Yep, definitely.
Nice. That's a great play.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that interesting how it's always the noble sacrifice in the beginning? Like, it's
Yeah.
not the redemption.
Well, I mean, just by pure odds, you're specifically tossing the other ones away,
Yeah.
right? And if,
Right,
and if
I
you know
guess
you're
so.
going up against, if you know you're going up against an aggro deck, you likely keep noble sacrifice.
Yeah. That swipe will come in handy, but not right now.
In fact, that swipe is going to be huge. With that swipe, it's going to be very difficult to see how Silverwave can sustain pressure into 6. Like, the Mysterious Challenger is going to come down, and that could be problematic for Jesus for sure. But until then, he's probably not going to see much resistance.
But Jesus might find himself with a dead turn
Reporting for
coming right up, and that'll
That's the truth.
slow things down a lot.
No, he won't.
Yeah.
All
The
right,
mounted
here we go.
raptor, man. Yeah.
Is he going to go for the swipe?
It wouldn't be too bad. I mean, juggler hero power and not popping the creeper could have been good as well. Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. But swipe was the clunkier card in his hand. I mean, you do like to save it for, say, a muster for battle, but creeper tokens are annoying as well because you know the paladin has knife juggler.
I
Right,
think
but
you
he
absolutely
still
save it.
it was still up to Silverwave to pop the creeper.
That's
So
true.
it's not like you had to face, you could let him pop it later.
Yeah, and besides, even when it came to the creeper, the death rattle ordering was more favorable for the for Jesus in that case anyway.
I don't think it's a question at all. I think you absolutely swipe for muster battle, especially since he had the 2-drop in the hero power to play. Like, if he had no other options at all, then that's fine. But that was not the case by a long shot.
So it looks
Interesting.
like,
He's just going for it.
yeah, the way he played that, it seemed like he was concerned about avenge because the token was an easy kill, but then the secret keeper would have been enormous. Well, she turns out to be anyway. This juggle's potentially good. You can kill the juggler. Well,
reporting for duty.
killing the juggler first would have been the thing to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Wow.
Ooh.
I mean, a 2-1's a 2-1 in this case. If he's going to trade,
Yeah.
he'll kill the juggler.
Man, one turn later.
Oh boy.
Could've been
Really,
nice.
really
Oh!
should trade. Really should trade before these juggles, but no punishment was served today.
Well,
So-
here it comes. But he's already used. He's down 3 secrets, so this may not be all
Yeah,
that.
he even
Impressive.
top decks the redemption, which would have come into play. He doesn't have a repentance up, so this Doctor Boom is amazing. He even gets the juggles, which actually
Oh
I don't
wow,
think-
3.
I don't think he suspected a redemption, but he could have triggered the secrets there. I think it seemed pretty low risk.
All right.
Could have
So
been pretty devastating though.
Yeah,
What were we gonna say, lineman?
so right here, this is a bit of an. So what do you guys think of this Sludge Belcher play over, say, keepering that 7/7 and getting the redemption down?
I liked the Sludge Belcher somewhat if the redemption was played, maybe. But even so, the Boombots could screw that up. So, yeah, I kind of like the keeper, actually.
Get down!
Yeah, because right now we're looking at a keeper of the Grove is going to get past this Sludge Belcher, and I don't
Yeah.
think he can take the 7 damage to the face ever. Like, I don't think there's ever a point in this game where he can take 7 damage.
Yeah,
And you
wow,
know it's double keeper.
right. bots are gonna do work. Does he trade? No. He's thinking about it.
3 off lethal, so he could just roll those dice on the Boombot.
I mean, hey, Boombot goes into Sludge Belcher. There's something of a chance of killing one of these minions. If you pray to
You're
RNG's
50.
a switch. Yeah, I suspect Jesus has a good relationship with RNG.
Jesus. You mean Arn Jesus?
Yeah. Alright, well, seeing Keeper, you feel pretty good about Tyrion. He's basically a dead Tyrion, but if Boom goes down with him, then...
And you're going to pick up, you're going to pick up free 15 damage.
Plus, it seems like the only play to really live. You don't know that's an
Put your
innervate.
faith in the light.
Gotta assume the worst.
Alright,
Yikes.
so... Oh, that's a huge draw. That's a really huge draw.
Is that... No.
No.
It's not enough to kill him, but it's enough to get through this Tyrion and still connect to the face for 9.
Yeah, with Boom.
What
Right.
do?
Yeah, and I think...
Which puts him in range, which puts Silverwave in range of dying to literally everything in Jesus' deck.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah. The Boombot should go in first, for sure.
Whew.
Well then. It's just gonna be one off lethal.
Just hero power, yeah.
Oh my god.
Boom.
Yes, that is his name.
Right?
Alright, there's nothing for Silverwave here. Yeah, I think looking back to that turn where he had the option to keep or avoid him on the Boom. Boom hung around just way too long. I think removing it would have been pretty good.
Alright, well, he gets the Druid out of the way.
Yeah, that's critical for Jesus. Yeah, good on him for queuing it up again.
So what do you think is going to come? Do you think Silverwave's just going to bring the Secret Paladin back? I feel like both are going to want to wait on the Warlock until you have to pick one.
Yeah,
Just
that
because it's
would
such a
make
versatile
sense.
class.
Yeah,
Lyman, what do you think?
Oh, the thing that's too bad for Silverwave is that he's a little behind on the information battle here. His Paladin's exposed, and all Jesus has shown so far is the Druid, so
Right.
I think Jesus has a good opportunity here to sneak something. I have to imagine, I don't know if he plays Freeze Mage. I think he's more of a tempo guy, but that Mage might offer something here. They're definitely thinking about it. Oh, they're going in.
Here we go.
Alright.
Silverwave does bring back the Paladins to try to make up some time, or make up a little bit of that information war, as you said. And
Some
he
aggro
looks,
Freeze Mage.
Oh, it's a freeze mage with a leper gnome in it.
Yeah. Leper Gnome and
The
Ice
main
Block on the
special.
same deck.
The main special.
The main special. Wow.
I gotta be honest.
it's just a
don't
normal
know how
freeze
this
mage
match
plus Leper Gnome.
Well, not necessarily. It's a very aggro-oriented freeze mage. It has
plus
Yeah.
Sorcerer's
oracles. It
Apprentice.
has Mad Bomber sometimes.
Yeah, Cold Light Oracles. Man, it gets through its deck. It finds Burn, and generally speaking, it will immediately point the Burn at the face if it can spare the mana. Like this deck does not run Alexstrasza. It just goes for it.
Yeah, it just goes.
Just burn, 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 burn.
I gotta be honest. I've never played this deck before in my life, so I have no idea how the matchups are.
Me neither. I mean, we know that Freeze Mage is generally good versus Secret Paladin. Aggro Freeze Mage?
I don't know.
That's-
That's a pretty outstanding hand Silverwave's got.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Definitely.
it curves perfectly into 6 for sure.
At the same time, look at what Jesus just did with this Arcane Intellect. He essentially got an Innervate off of these apprentices.
If he uses it.
Oh, the Blessing of Kings is a huge draw because I was about to suggest that he keepers this Haunted Creeper
Yeah.
Yeah.
in order to take, but now he doesn't even need to do that. Although he might still, just to get an extra body on the board. There's definitely merit to that.
Right. Well, that way you're left with what, 2/1/1s and a 3/4. This way you're left with
The 5/3.
and the 5/3, and really, unless he's got burn, which he does, he would have to trade the apprentice in.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to do anything. Like Jesus, like I don't see this 3/2 trading in. I don't see it.
Yeah,
happening.
I really don't think so. Like, Jesus fully knows that he could get consecrated here, but most secret palities will only run one, if any, so...
If any, yeah.
I think like, the minion damage that he's able to sneak in before he draws his burn is pretty crucial. It could end up being everything. Yeah, so... Takes the value trade. Leaves the sorcerers around. She's pretty scary. But...
Well, this is definitely the first time I've ever seen a deck like this.
It's a wild deck, man. To see Ice Block and Leopard Gnome in one deck, and for
it
to
makes
win so many
a lot
games.
of sense.
Yeah. Like, the idea behind the Ice Block is that it could just be, you know, the one turn that you need to squeeze out that extra burn.
Mm-hmm.
And the minions are so aggressive, like Tempo Mage minions. No. Is Jesus thinking about tossing off the Scientist here?
Not sure. Do we know what secrets this runs?
They could just double ice block.
Yeah, not even Ice Barrier, I think.
Right.
Usually just Ice Block, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think
So
it's
what do you
pretty
think of
good.
that trading it? I guess it was 5 damage. That's fair.
Yeah. I think it's alright. Like, getting that Ice Block out of your deck is just pretty good in general. He's cycled so much. Maybe that's...
Yeah, and right now you look at his
a factor.
hand.
Yeah.
He's got Frostbolt double ice lands with the Blood Mage down though, so he's got a lot of business coming down soon from Jesus' side. Because what's that? That's 3, 7, 11 plus 3. That's 14 damage of burst in his hand.
I think he's just got one Ice Lance.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a Mana Worm. That's a Mana Worm. My bad.
Yeah, that's a Mana Worm.
But he does still have Thalnos Frost. He does still have 9.
Right.
He could play,
And these
have
Frost
played
Novas
just-
are huge. Like, one
Oh,
Frost
that's
Nova is
okay.
going to come down here.
Yeah, you know, I was really thinking that Frost Nova would come down. Because that would, again, just give the
guess
minions
he's
more
got time.
opportunity.
Who am I? None of your
He's
business.
probably got time, but...
Yeah, I
Silverwave's
suppose.
board's pretty scary. He's pushing back, though. But now the Frost Nova is even better.
Right. I think that's why he held off, because
Could be, yeah.
now he's relying purely on burn, because he's not even going to bother to attack. Or maybe, I don't know what I'm talking about.
If Mad Scientist eats the Noble, is this just lethal? Because the Man Worm's getting buffed, the Fireball, Frostbolt, Ice Lance. That's tons of damage. Right?
Look.
Yeah.
6,
Yeah, I
9,
think so.
Yeah, if he Frost
13.
Novas here, the game's over.
Yeah. He'll just get
Nope.
Wait. Oh.
Womp. But he's looking okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, like... Yeah,
Yeah,
Silverwave.
interesting. Interesting that he went for the Frost Nova or the Frostbolt Ice Lance.
Yeah,
I guess
it
he's
certainly was lethal, but there's
Yeah.
nothing that Silverwave can do about it.
My guess is that he saw this board and just immediately locked into, okay, so I've got a Frost Nova.
It was a pretty scary board.
Yeah,
Now, maybe he just wanted to see more cards in the deck.
maybe.
It's possible.
That's
If he got to
possible.
see that rag, it would have been huge, man. The anti-team rank 5 tech. That's a dead paladin. Alright. Wow. Don't know if Silverwave saw that deck coming. I would be surprised for sure.
I still don't think he's quite I don't think he understands exactly what he just saw.
Yeah, it's weird. Like, it's a very niche deck out there for sure. Not very common, but man, when you see it and you know what it is, you shake your head a little bit. The deck never feels real to me when I go up against it. But man, it works. So all Jesus has to do is win with Warlock now.
Yep.
Yeah,
So
and-
he knows it's a paladin and potentially a warlock. Do you just go with a tech stack pack warlock, or do you try to just beat the paladin?
See, the thing about
Hey,
using
there it
tech
is.
sack pack warlock is that if you, well, there's a sacrificial pact. Is that if you get into a warlock mirror, it's not as good against Zoo as you would think.
Right. It does work versus Doomguard, but Doomguard
Yeah.
usually gets a trade-off, so it's
Right.
not always the best thing in the world to use it.
I'll never tell.
Yeah, Jesus has Zoo, though. He has the sack pack in there. He has a really good hand. It's just a matter of figuring out how you want to order
Man,
it.
that noble sacrifice. That is always there.
Yeah, it's actually working out pretty well. In this case, in fact,
I don't know that I would have attacked.
Right, because if he attacks into the noble sacrifice, then he's dead to
To the muster for
the
battle.
muster weapon, yeah. But I guess it doesn't matter in this case because the secret keeper was always going to trade
Reporting for duty.
into the juggler. Yeah, I think things are actually lining up really well for Silverwave this game. Secret Paladin's finally getting to do Secret Paladin things.
From the void I come.
And I think if you're Silverwave, you're just going to ignore this Void Collar as much as
Yeah.
possible.
Yeah, you just keep curving out. There's no need to. Definitely, well, number one, you don't hit it because you have no answer to what comes out of it. Even if it's something simple like even if it's something simple like an M-Gang boss.
Right.
Yeah.
You have nothing that you can do. You have nothing that you can do against.
Even that's problematic.
Right. So you just let it happen
So
because
just,
even if
yeah,
he
do 8 to the face.
right,
Yep.
if he decides that he's going to say run this into your 5/5 to bring out whatever demon, in that case you actually do have things that you can do to respond to it.
And the great thing is, Silverwave still has Noble Sack up, so even an abusive sergeant play to try and get the nice trade on the 5/5 if Jesus had it
Right.
wasn't going to work out. Huh.
So in this
Interesting.
case, I think that it's very important for the Zoo player to have reach. So I think the Soulfire was the correct decision because a lot of the times how this matchup boils down is that the Zoo puts up a bunch of pressure, the Paladin, the Secrets Paladin deals with it at a point, and then the Zoo can't finish it off
Right.
because it's going to have a difficulty getting through something like the Sludge Belcher per se, the Cog Hammer, the Tyrion can definitely block a lot of the things that the Zoo player is trying to do, and the Soulfire might just be all that is needed.
By the way, what do you guys think
Yeah.
about that Cog Hammer?
Not a big. I'm not a huge fan of it.
Yeah, Sludge
I
Belcher
think
seemed...
definitely. I guess if he didn't want to trade off the 1/1, but I think it's worth it. 'Cause
Right.
It's not like there's a quartermaster or something. It's just a 1/1 body.
Right.
Right. It's annoying, but Jesus is going to get through it, and it won't be too much of a problem.
I mean,
Right,
yeah,
so-
if the 5/5, it would have been much more devastating. Did he just implosion the?
You really had to sneak in that 3 damage, man.
To be fair, oh, he goes with the Soulfire here.
Alright, so hopefully he tosses the sack pack.
Oh, he did. Man, if
Now,
Jesus
what's
can't
difficult-
win this game,
That's kind of
Here's
big
what
though.
sucks
Because now
about that,
Silverwave
though.
just saw that.
Yeah. So now
Yeah.
Silverwave knows not to play Jiraxis if he's playing a slower Warlock deck, and
Yep.
he knows.
I think that's a really big deal.
right? Jesus could have gone with the power overwhelming, I suppose, to kind of. But maybe he actually wanted to discard that. Sack
Especially
pack.
considering that, from Jesus' perspective, he's not really in a position to win this game.
No, he's out of
Right.
time.
Yeah. So in that sort of scenario, maybe it is best to take the line that reveals the least about your deck.
Could be, yeah. Ooh, if you pop the creeper, you can play the Sea Giant. Oh yeah, you could do it right here and it would change nothing.
Yep.
Like popping it on the slime.
But too late.
Yeah, too late now, because the dude dies. It's, yeah, game over for Sea Giant. Yeah, that would have been a way to try and miracle your way back into this this game. Playing a 3-mana 8/8 is pretty strong, I hear.
Especially against an empty board.
Yeah. Ooh. Yeah, but fortunately, the Sea Giant's getting a second chance, and yeah, Jesus can clean this up a little bit. It's gonna be a sad owl when Tyrion comes around.
Yeah, big time. I feel like against the Paladin, the owl has one purpose.
But the nice thing is, Jesus is really low on health, but he can deal with Tyrion, and the Ashbringer won't be immediately game-ending.
Put your faith in the light.
How so?
Although that ping helps.
Yeah.
Because he can. Oh, I forgot the Silverwave was pushing this 2 damage this turn.
Yeah.
That juggle to face really helped though.
Big time. That was massive.
So that
Well, he gets
a
Needs Argus.
he needs to tap into Argus.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, that's a taunt.
That's something.
Though. That's fine. Yeah, it works perfectly actually. He can kill the juggler. Doomguard gets played. There's actually hope for Jesus.
Wow.
That's crazy. How
So
much
he's
damage
got
is that?
13, 14, 15, 16. He's 2 off.
And
I
For a
haven't
Zoo
seen an
that-
abusive.
On his board right now.
Oh, wow. This is he going to juggle? No. Well, he got 1 damage taken off.
wow.
All right.
So
8,
14
13,
is 3 off.
14. Does he tap?
another
He's-
Doomguard.
Nope. No good.
Oh. Yeah, no good. The juggle on the oh my god. The juggle on the spider token made him 1 damage off lethal.
Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. I think if Jesus had popped the creeper and gotten the Sea Giant down 1 turn earlier, it may have made the difference.
I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think
so.
that was actually what lost him the game. Absolutely.
It was so close. It's gonna be a 3-2 series now. It's gonna be a Warlock mirror. And yeah, Silverwave he did see that sack pact, so
So what do you bring?
if he had any plans of becoming Jiraxis, I think he'll reconsider those.
We'll
quickly.
table that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Versus Gul'dan.
Oh man.
Looks like he's got a zoo of his own.
Alright.
I am your nightmare.
Oh man, Zoomir to decide it all. Who takes the lead in the season 1 finals between these
Yeah.
two?
The 2-point lead.
Why do you go?
Well, here now, Jesus has the sack pact in his opening hand, which is actually pretty important considering that this Flame Imp is coming down now and he has no other answer to it.
Yeah, the Flame Imp is it's pretty devastating if it trades into this this Void Caller or kills both the Void Caller or
Right,
Void
so
Walkers
you-
rather.
So you actually have to sack pack this here, which is probably about among the worst sack packs you'll get this game, but it just had to happen for you to keep up the pressure.
Yeah, tempo wise, I don't think there's a way around it.
Yeah, feels bad. Had to happen though.
No, he's got one of his very own. His
Oh
board's
man.
getting pretty terrifying.
That turn was gonna feel so bad for Jesus if he didn't pick up a play.
If you didn't get anything, yeah.
Yeah. But Silverwave, he really still has the superior hand, I think. This Argus is going to be huge.
Yeah. It's a lot of
Void
stuff.
Collar.
It's no real threat, but Silverwave doesn't know that. But he's several turns off from boom.
Doesn't know it yet. He'll just ignore it probably.
Well, he can't. He doesn't even have a way to deal with it yet.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, even go. Oh, okay. I thought I saw the creeper arrow go face.
That was a close one. We dodged that bullet, boys.
Yeah. Oh man. Feels bad for Jesus. Do you?
Yeah, it's not.
I feel like.
You know, yeah. Seeing the juggler with the implosion pickup, I'm almost thinking now that saving the juggler plus implosion for turn 6 to lead into boom.
Yeah, and you don't. That's felt like a desperation play to just get bodies on the board, but
Yeah.
I don't know that that's your. If you can just implode next turn, I don't know that having a 2-1 to contest the 1-1 is that big a deal.
Right. Nope. Squeeze that tap out.
Which is fine at this point. Once you're at your 5 mana turn, there is not going to be much effective use of the coin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And especially when you're ahead, it's a great decision to use it to leverage another card out of it.
Yeah, man. Poor Jesus would have loved to find a demon, any demon. But they're getting each other low on life total here, that's for sure.
Why do you call?
Power overwhelming
Void Terrors.
Void Terror.
Yeah.
I don't know if he wanted to eat that Void Walker, but because if you power overwhelm the creeper, maybe he just won't eat it. Could just save this for burst. He can draw. He has the better board. He can draw Doomguard. Some
So
other
is there
things.
a way out of this for Jesus realistically? Because we see the power overwhelming.
Argus is a
Silverwave.
good first step.
He doesn't have a demon to come out of this void collar
No.
either.
At least this Nerubian's finally dead. That was doing so much work for Silverwave. It's a really huge thing in this in a Zoo Mirror matchup. If you can activate one of those early.
The double Argus, I think it's a really big deal. Because Silverwave's going to have to blow 2 turns just getting through walls.
Funny you mentioned that double Argus. I was actually thinking that maybe Jesus Haunted Creeper should have gone by the first Argus. But Silverwave's going to clean it up for him.
Right.
Yeah. No demon one time.
Yeah, that's too bad. Because he could really punish him right there with a Doomguard.
Alright.
Yeah. That's a big Void Terror. I think Silverwave knows that Jesus hasn't had an owl in his hand for a while.
Oh, not fair.
Oh my god. If he had tapped first, he could have eaten the Void Collar. He could have eaten the Void Collar as well.
Oh, man.
And then he
there's
would
the
have gotten
Doomguard.
Mal'Ganis down. Instantly. Wow.
Well, he could clear off the 1/1s.
He's tapping for a miracle. Okay, another
All
thing
right.
to taunt.
No, play it first. Oh, no.
Yeah, the 3 power on Argus was not
Critical.
crucial.
And
But
now
these
there's-
taunts
that
are really
egg's
annoying.
just going to sit there, though. I mean, you'd still have the taunt on the egg.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
now the
that's
egg's
true.
Just a non-card.
Yeah.
Yeah, clearing those out. So he's just buying himself one more turn, but he's 7 short with that Doomguard.
Oh man, I guess I guess you could pop out if you. I think he had a chance to get lethal there, didn't he? If he popped the void. Yeah, if Mal'Ganis came out and he
Yeah,
played the Doom Guard,
then he
had
can play the
lethal.
Doom Guard. Yep.
Yeah, might as well get the free tap while you're at it, and the free flaming.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. So
That
Jesus
is-
has to kill. Ugh.
he has to throw. Yeah, he's.
I think he even has to tap again. He needs another power. I don't even know. He may have played both power overwhelmings.
So,
Oh, jeez.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
I mean, regardless, that was going to be game. There was nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's curtains for Jesus.
I wonder how much differently that game would have gone if that sacrificial pact were any 2-drop.
Yeah, because I guess you have to believe that that's kind of what gets cut, more or less.
Although there were a bunch of zoo cards we didn't see in there, like Void Terrors and.
Yeah. He got a bit unlucky in both of those games where he didn't draw Mal'Ganis at all, despite having the Void Callers early.
Yeah.
It happened in both of those zoo games for him. And if he had Mal'Ganis in either of them, he probably would have just ran over Silverwave.
That was also he was looking fine. That was kind of a 2-card swing in a sense, where he was 1 card off drawing the Doom Guard in time, and Silverwave drew into the Mal'Ganis just in time.
Right. So throughout the game, I think Silverwave had a few more of the powerful swings that you could hope for in the Zoo Mirror. Even that Nerubian, I think, was pretty big.
Right.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Picking that up early with an activator in hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything kind of came together.
Yeah, and
That's
you
why
kinda
it's a good deck.
wonder if you're Silverwave, let's assume he had multiple Warlock decks. If you know you're going up against the Zoo, then you're not queuing Zoo yourself, right? Because every other Warlock archetype does well against it.
I think he just
So
likes
that-
Zoo.
So what I'm saying is that Soulfire discarding the Sacrificial Pact the game earlier.
Oh, you think told him to play Zoo?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, definitely the information leaking both ways throughout the series was pretty relevant, I think.
It's pretty critical.
Yeah, we can't know for sure with what the decks the players had, but we can imagine. Yeah.
So that's game 1, everybody. Going to Noob Central.
The noobs.
The Noobs taking the
Noobs.
lead.
I will say though, overall, this seemed like a pretty solid games played by both players. There were a couple of miscues here and there,
Yeah.
but
Right, but
overall,
by and large, for the it is the finals. So even at the fifth spot, one would expect that they know what they're doing.
definitely solid play and definitely interesting deck selections. That aggro freeze deck.
Yeah, I'm all about that deck. I gotta get that list.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, talk to Twiz or something about it.
I don't know if I'd go so far as playing
That's
it
what we're
myself.
talking about.
Yeah, so the Noob Central up 4 points to 2 for now. I don't believe we'll see any more games until Sunday.
Yeah, I think there's an armistice until Sunday.
Yeah, we'll have
where
those
we'll
lined up.
Will we see all 4 matches or just 3 of them?
Is it just 3? I don't know if the Inbolt game was going
Well,
to get streamed.
Because there's one game that's happening at the same time right now. There's one game happening right now.
Oh, that's true.
I think Cutthroat
Cutthroat and Imbolc.
Yeah, that is the Inbolt game.
Yeah.
Okay.
and the other 3 are happening on Sunday, and they're all being streamed.
Right. Well,
Yeah, the only
everybody keep your eyes on the website to see what happens with Mbulk, and on the Facebook group. I'm sure we'll hear something there.
We'll get some names in there.
Yeah, absolutely. But until that time, for Hertz Donut, Dean Lineman, and Slimsh, thanks for coming out tonight and watching this match. And we'll see you guys on Sunday. Actually, we should see you all tomorrow for our show match
Salty
versus
Showdown.
Vicious Syndicate. Yeah, with our very own Slimsh.
Oh baby. I think
Oh,
we're
baby.
ready. It should be
Yeah,
good.
you guys prepped?
Are you gonna win? Just say yes.
Well, that's the idea. I mean, we're not playing to lose, right?
Yeah, good work.
That's promising.
I knew you could do it.
Thank you. I try.
All right. Well, with that overwhelming vote of confidence,
Thanks.
it is past my bedtime. So
I'm no Jesus. I saw what happened to him.
is there anything else you guys want to add before we head out for the night?
No, I'm good. Good luck, guys. Good luck,
No,
everyone.
I think
Good luck, New
I think
Central.
that's perfect.
Good luck.